So a Ramadan comes and a Ramadan goes. What have I really done and achieved? The 15th of Sha'ban comes, the 15th of Sha'ban goes. Year after year after year, Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed me perhaps for only being in Ramadan once in my life. Maybe I came to Islam later on. Maybe I've been a Muslim for 40, 50 years of my life. What have I done for each of those 40 or 50 times that I was given the opportunity to engage in this thing? And has anything really changed that much in my life? Set goals for yourself. Be smart about the way you approach and you undertake. I sit down and I understand that there is opportunity for me to take advantage of the auspiciousness of certain days, but I don't know what to do when the time comes. Imam Nawawi rahimahullah, he cites Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah in his Majmu'ah, and he says that of 5 nights where dua is accepted, the night of the 15th of Sha'ban is one of those nights. Do you know what dua you would make when that night comes upon you and you raise your hands? Why not? Why are we not ready? Why do we not anticipate? Why are we not prepared? The Prophet ﷺ, he gives us deep insight into not only looking forward, but into looking back as well. Take the moments to think, take the moments to reflect, take the moments to understand what has your individual growth been, what has your personal growth been, where have you been able to achieve, what are your goals with what you are doing. If you were to sit down and someone was to ask you what you individually want to take from this month of Ramadan, would you know? Beyond the idea that I would be able to just be someone who abstains from food and drink and any sexual activity during the daylight hours, what are my goals in this month? If you don't know, sit down for 5 minutes today and write them out. Make for yourself a time where you yourself are allowing for yourself to grow and develop. If you don't have a plan, who's going to make it for you? We try to engage in activity at the recommendation of people who are sitting on this side of the microphone, saying that when you come to that 15th night of Sha'ban, when you come to that night of Qadr, when you come to that month of Ramadan, when you are standing on the day of Arafah, when it is any of these days that have some kind of elevation to them, you should engage in prayer, you should engage in dhikr, you should read the Quran. It won't have the impact on you that it would have on somebody else if the only time you do it is on that night. We can stand and say to you that these are the things you should do mechanically, these are the things that you should do routinely. You don't have a relationship with them, it's not going to be that impactful if you do it for that 1 hour and that day out of 5 days in a year. So you set your goal, you set your objective. You understand your strengths, you understand your weaknesses, and then you commit to it in a dedicated and disciplined way. I will tell you, you should read the entire Mus'haf during the month of Ramadan. But if you struggle with its reading and it's something that is not easy for you to do, you make that decision. Maybe you can only read 1 verse a day. Read 1 verse a day, try your best. Maybe it's hard for you to be a person who is able to engage in many supererogatory acts, but you are struggling with just completing those things that are obligatory upon you. Make your commitment to that. Don't assess your Islam based off of the Islam of somebody else. Don't let somebody who doesn't know you be able to tell you how you would individually grow and develop. Understand it for yourself and make a plan with somebody who understands where you are coming from so that you can continue to grow. Goals that are realistic, objectives that you can actually achieve. It is not wrong to do something where you know you will actually be successful in doing it. But what is your plan? What is your strategy? How have you prepared for it? Don't let this month of Ramadan be a month that is only something about the physical. Don't sit and be that individual who is waiting for the time for the sunset because your throat is so dry and you just want to be able to drink something that is refreshing and cooling, and that is where your mind is at. You want to be that person who, when the time for the sunset prayer comes, you are sitting there just asking of Allah Azza wa Jal. You are not in the place where you are even conscious that it is time to break your fast, because you are so engaged in a relationship with the Divine that nothing else should be distracting you from it. And someone else should come to you and say, here is your date, here is your water, it's time to break it. But you have to be ready for it. You have to anticipate it. You have to prepare for it. The Prophet ﷺ, when he reached the middle of Sha'ban, he made a prostration that was so long, his wife thought he had passed away. How will we spend these nights in preparation? How will we spend these nights in anticipation? How will we be ready for that blessed month, so that inshallah ta'ala, if Allah Azza wa Jal lets us see it again a year from now, we can mark for ourselves actual change and actual growth. Write down things for yourself. Keep for yourself a record of what your days actually end up being like, so that a year from now, when you are reflecting on your life, it is not with your own thoughts that you have fed into yourself, saying that look at what I am satisfied and complacent with, but you can really read where you were a year prior to that day. And then you can assess for yourself how you have grown, how you have changed. It is something that we should think about while we have the time to do so. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and protect us. May He bless us with knowledge that benefits us. May He bless us with the tawfiq to understand and implement that knowledge into our daily lives. And may He guide and bless us all. Wallahu ta'ala alam wa billahi tawfiq. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.